What up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, Dap Universal. I'm Dap. So, coming back at you with another pick a card reading. And it's our monthly what's the gossip, what's the bullshit, the camera's shaking, don't worry about it. Looking into say what people are saying about you when you are not around. So it's gonna be 3 piles today, like always. You're gonna choose between those 3 piles. I will show you what they are. But yeah, without further ado, go ahead and do that. You can check the timestamps below. But do me a favor, if you like this sort of content, if you want to support the channel, let me know that you like this kind of stuff. I got lots of pick a card readings, over 100 pick a card readings at this point. So make sure to subscribe if you're into that. But I will see you at your readings. Bye for now. What up, pile number 1? If you chose, congratulations. Welcome to your reading. So looking into what's the gossip, what's going on, what are people saying about you when you're not around, behind your back, you know? And I like to give this disclaimer before we get into it. This is just what's the gossip. This is not a personal attack against you. You ain't gotta take this for truth. This is just for entertainment purposes, because in reality, I'm part of that squad who is like, who gives a fuck about what people are thinking about you? If they ain't paying your bills, why are we paying mine to these people? But I do understand that people like this kind of stuff, and also it's a good tool for self-awareness. I'll give it that. But we do these once a month, so here's our monthly dose of gossip. So I made these little cards beforehand about maybe some situations that may come up with your what's the gossip. But before we do, I do want to talk about the fact that you chose number 10, which is congratulations. You may have a birthday this month, or you may really be celebrating or just on a good vibe, like say you know what you want, you're going after it. And with that type of energy also comes the opposite, which is people not being supportive of that, but actually being, you know, some haters, some real jealous people or envious people about your drive or your will to succeed, because maybe they don't have that, or maybe they're not as motivated, maybe they don't even know what they want to do. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of times when people kind of come to us with that out of nowhere, with that jealous ass energy, it's because we're doing something right. It's because they see something in themselves that they wish they saw. I mean, they see something in you that they wish they saw in themselves. But what are some ideas? All right, so they're talking about your questionable business decisions. So if you have taken a chance, especially for yourself, taking a risk, deciding to go into business for yourself, deciding to go for that promotion or something like that, just even if you haven't succeeded yet, it's like just that energy of you doing something different for yourself is enough to get these people talking. Your questionable business decisions. So some of y'all may actually be business owners, or you just got the LLC, or even just taking your career in a different direction. Like say, I want to do something different within my field, or try a whole new field in general. Some people don't like change, even if the change ain't got nothing to do with them, even if they ain't got nothing to do with them, they still don't like it. It makes them feel uncomfortable. What else are people talking about? They're talking about your goals seem to be too ambitious and unrealistic. That kind of goes along with what you just pulled with they're talking about your questionable business decision. So just because somebody else doesn't believe in you doesn't mean that thing isn't for you. Just because the consensus is you're gonna fail, or your dreams are too unattainable, that doesn't mean that that's fact. You know, you have to go with what your internal guidance system says, what you think that you're made of, what you think your capabilities are, and run with them, because not everyone's gonna believe in your dream, not everyone's gonna see it the way you see it. And some people, even people who actually do support you, generally they can still think in their own mind that, you know, you can't do that, like nobody's done that, and they may be thinking that they're presenting that to you from a place of genuine concern, but in reality it's your life. You know, it's your life. So people are talking about how your dreams seem to be too ambitious or unrealistic. What else? One more. We have your behavior behind closed doors. Some people talking about like, okay, are they really doing or speaking, or like living how they speak? Are they basically people out here thinking that you're either a hypocrite or like something that you're doing behind closed doors may be questionable. But also if it's tying back into this whole idea of say you taking a chance on yourself, this new version of you just springing out being the best you can be, they're like, well, what's going on with, like, what are they smoking? Give me some shit. It's like they're wondering what your process is. How'd you come to this conclusion? They're talking about it. So a lot of stuff circulating about where you are in terms of your professionalism, your overall dreams and goals, that kind of thing. Now we are gonna get into some tarot. We are gonna get into some tarot. See what we got. I forgot I pre-pulled these. I forgot I did that. One second. All right, yeah, I pre-pulled them. You actually have the Five of Wands and the King of Swords. Looking at it, it does like kind of line up with the oracle cards that we pulled on camera. So the Five of Wands, whatever you're doing, it may be some competition in there. There may be like it may be something that's hard to get into or hard to really kind of find your place in, and that's okay. Doesn't mean that that's not for you. Doesn't mean that you're not the one in a million. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that your interests, a lot of other people have. If you're authentic in what you want, I feel like we find our own lane. Even within, like, say, a field that's very competitive or something that seems to be like, oh, it's oversaturated. It's only oversaturated or like you only see those effects if you're not experienced, or you're just not willing to put in the work to go the long haul with it. Because some things, especially when there's a lot of competition, it's like it takes a minute before you can kind of find your lane and make your mark. It doesn't mean it's not for you, it just means that it's just not as instant as, like, say, something that's not as explored as easily and you pull it off. But it's like, just because something is crowded or something is oversaturated does not mean that you won't find success in it. It actually, I think it helps you kind of become more polished a lot sooner, because you have to be. There's competition. There's competition and there's other people going after the same thing, and you got to find your own lane and make a name for yourself, or in your own little niche or corner of that niche. It's like saying it gives you a drive and a motivation to polish, to really put quality work out there, because if it's not quality, it won't be getting seen. I'm kind of almost speaking from the realm of like YouTube for me. It's like you have to care about what you're putting out there, because people can choose to select to watch one thing over the other. And it doesn't have to be like a YouTube thing for you or like anything in the public. It's just like saying whatever you seem to be doing seems to be not necessarily an original idea, and that doesn't matter. It is, but how you put your own spin on it does matter. So that makes sense when people kind of like, why you want to do that? You know, do you think that's gonna work? Kind of shit. Clarifying that we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. The thing that holds you back, though, is not those people and what they're saying, is your own confidence. You got to go into it thinking like, hey, I got something to say, and what I got to say is important. I don't care if there's a million people coming after me before, whatever. What I got to say, you gonna remember. The way I do it, the way I present it, the way I move. There's only one person who can do it like that, and it's me. You have to have a certain sense of confidence. And that's not ego. It's just knowing what you bring to the table and standing behind it. You also have the King of Swords. So you may be an Aquarius. I also see Aries energy, Capricorn, Leo. But you may be an Aquarius because of the King of Swords, but it's also a level of detachment. So if you're not really speaking to people the way, or hanging out like you used to hang out, like you kind of busy these days, it's noticed, and people are just like wondering what you're doing, where you're at. But there is a sense of honesty about it, though. It's like, they feel like, some people really do feel like you have a lot of options and choices to make. It's more so like it can drive you crazy because you're wondering like, am I gonna make the right decision? But I feel like whatever this is, whatever this new phase that you're going through, whatever you're questioning, whatever you're into right now is for you. The Lover's on the bottom of the deck. That's finding a passion of something that you really enjoy, something that really speaks to you and through you, and can motivate other people. Just no matter how small it is, or how small you think it is, or how different it is, there's somebody who needs to hear what you gotta say. And that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna leave it here. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonates. I am gonna pull you maybe 2 of these moonology cards, and then we're gonna close it out. But like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I love you, mean it. Last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. Attend to the details. You may be a Virgo moon. First quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. Boom. Come on, Aries energy. But that's all I got for you. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for spending some time with me. But remember this before you go. Take it with you. If you got spirit, what? Spirit got you. Blessings in all we do. Bye. Da-da-ba-na-na, da-da-da-da-da-ba-da-ba. What up, pile number 2? If you chose popping off, welcome to your reading. So, yeah, just talking about what are people saying about you behind your back when you're not around. The gossip. What's the gossip? So, off the bat, I do get some strong Gemini or Scorpio vibes from this pile. And I also feel like there's a lot to say about, say, something or a situation having to do with, say, an ex or a lover, or what you're doing, or going through with your ex or your lover. A lot of people talking about your love life, your personal business. I don't know what that is, but it is definitely something about how the past relates to now, and like maybe some choices, whether they were bad choices or not, where we go from here. But people love to talk about it. So I don't know if you had to show your ass one good time and they just won't let you forget it. But that's what's rolling off everyone's tongues right now about your love life. And it could just be perpetrated by, I can't say perpetrated, by that ex, that person who just want to keep stirring the pot, but who knows? It's enough to really affect you. This person knows how to trigger you. Even if y'all ain't even talking no more, it's like something about the situation, it still gets under your skin, and maybe that's what people are talking about. Now, I'm gonna do this for you, but I didn't do this for any other pal. I just want to read you an affirmation, just to calm you down, you know, just to recenter ourselves and not get too caught up in the bullshit, you know? Just a simple affirmation. That's all we're looking for. And then we'll get into your cards. I'm actually gonna pick you a card, a couple cards on the screen. But let's see. Pile 1, what's the gossip? Actually, what's the truth? Before we get into the gossip, what's something they can take with them? Something that's meaningful. Because with these what's the gossip readings, I feel like, who cares what people are saying about you? It's for entertainment, but we don't want to let that get under our skin. All right, it comes from the Girasol Quartz. And it says, I objectively observe myself through my interactions with others. I watch my words and actions from various perspectives. I work towards self-improvement at every opportunity. I notice the mirrors and projections without judgment or preconceptions. Just remembering that everyone we encounter, all those situations, they are just meant to mirror something that's within us. When we dislike something, or something really just irks us about a person or about something they said, it's really just a reflection of ourselves. It's something we don't like within ourselves, some kind of construct that we have disowned and don't relate to or don't want to relate to. And sometimes they come to the surface because we need to acknowledge those things. Things aren't just black and white. There's a reason as to why this person, whether they're negative or positive, and they came into your energy. What part of them were you supposed to see in yourself? It's always the question. And when you can look at things objectively from that place, it's harder to get so triggered that you lose yourself, lose control of yourself, And that's something that we all work through. We all get angry, we all get annoyed, we all get frustrated, we all judge sometimes, But it's all about being conscious of it and acknowledging that part of ourselves and moving on. But I want to pull you some oracle cards that I made. What specifically are people talking about? Pile number 2. What can't they just can't help themselves? What is it? Woo! People are talking about. All right. So you're being talked about in group text, chats, or and maybe even in real life. Like there are groups of people maybe who know the situation or know you talking about it. Like you're being talked about in like a group text, chats, etc. This is on a bigger scale. You could even be in the public or even active on social media, where a lot of people may just know your business or think they know your business. But that's the thing. That's the vibe. What else we got? And I feel like when that happens, like God help us. It's like it's like how what's that game where kids play where you start off with like a secret and you keep passing it down until like that thing that the first person said don't even look or even resemble at all what the original statement was. It's like that. When things get passed down and down and down and down and through the gutter, through the grapevine, it's hard to distinguish what's true and what's not. Things get blown way out of proportion. So be careful of that, or be aware of that. Be aware of that. Rumors hurt people. All right, what else we got? Well, this flipped over. Your views on life are so polarizing. Something about what you stand for about something, or like maybe your own beliefs or your way of thinking can trigger people in itself. You make people angry or something like that. Maybe you have like a sort of activist mentality where it's like, yeah, you should be angry. Like, there's a reason why I'm saying this shit, because you need to wake up, kind of thing. It's like people who are affected that way negatively, people you have triggered, so to speak, they talk about how polarizing you are or can be. So, and it particularly for some reason feels like maybe the workplace, like keep your water cooler chat maybe to like a minimum, so to speak. Like make sure that it's appropriate. That's for somebody. But the cards that you pull, we're gonna go there. You have the Six of Cups and the Lovers. So could definitely be where like say some past person or some love experiences or somebody who's just really just talking your name up. Somebody from your past that you probably used to date. But let's clarify the Six of Cups. And it's not always from a bad place. Sometimes like maybe people just kind of latch on to a certain memory because they don't have you anymore, and it's like they just keep reliving those good times, and it's like it stops them from living their life. It stops them from like being in a place of allowing new situations because they can't get over like how good things could have been, and the good times we had and shared, but they're over. That may be a situation that you're mirroring somebody with, by the way, if you feel like that describes you as well. I do see the Eight of Wands, and sometimes it's good to just reach out and talk to that person. If you feel like, damn, like my ears are burning, like someone just talking about you, like maybe it's okay to take a moment to acknowledge them and just say something like, hey, I was just thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about you, type of shit. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely an X. With the lover, that was clarifying the Lovers. The Ten of Swords, you may have felt betrayed by somebody, or somebody may feel betrayed by you, even if it was just like simply like an amicable like breakup. I don't think it was the way these other cards kind of come out. Maybe it was a dramatic breakup, but but that person is still talking about it. That person is victimizing themselves in a lot of situations. This could be more than one person for you, I'm hearing. This could be like, say, a couple different exes or ex-friends or something like that. They are very much feeling like they're victimizing themselves to the point where they're constructing the story that you fucked them over, or that you went too far, or you were a selfish person. The Two of Pentacles, you had secrets too. You had ulterior motives when they probably had ulterior motives. I'm kind of scared deaf with this. I'm gonna leave it there. You got your message. Keep on keeping on. But what's the gossip on you? Your love life. and it's coming out of the horse's mouth, like from the horse itself, that person that you no longer with. So be conscious of that, especially if they seem to kind of like pop up out of nowhere to seemingly get information from you or something like that. That could be real. But sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonated, and keep it real. Until next time, guys, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye. What up, pile number 3? If you chose notifications, welcome to your reading, looking at what's the gossip, what they saying about you now, and who's the culprit, basically. The main suspect in who talking about you and what they saying behind your back. It looks to me, with the notifications card, maybe you're dealing with somebody where you're not in communication with, somebody that, where on either side it may be somebody wishing that they were in communication with you. It gives me no contact vibe, somebody checking their phone all the time and stuff. But also coming to terms with, say, a painful ending, a feeling of being stabbed in the back. You do have the Ten of Swords that kind of comes up. Working through that energy, whatever that means. But I'm going to pull you a couple of these cards that I made. These oracle cards, what specifically are people gossiping about? What's the gossip? What are they saying behind their back? Pile number 3. And remember, guys, this is just a pick a card tarot reading on YouTube. It does not, this is for entertainment purposes. Don't take these personally or whatever. Let it be what it is. And not everything's gonna resonate with everybody. If 1 or 2 things resonate, go with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a general reading still. But 2 cards want to come out. What people are talking about. Some people say that you gave them helpful information based on your own experiences. Maybe some people are saying that you gave them helpful information. You seem to be a manifester. You do have the magician card. You may be somebody who kind of seems to at least want to understand the laws of the universe, the secrets of the universe, like manifestation, attraction. That may be very much something that you're into or are trying to understand right now, and how everything kind of comes together for you. Some people can actually notice that and they see that within you. So it's not that isn't a real energy for you, a real thing that you're working with. Some of y'all may actually be witches or spell workers or whatever you want to call it. But the other card that comes up is people are talking about how they caught you in a lie, or they think they caught you in a lie. Say some people, I feel like with your energy specifically, you come like people either love you or they hate you. Like pile 3, they love you or they hate you. So there's an energy of like some people really like standing for what you believe in, like they're down for it, they're behind you. They come to you for advice, they come to you looking for say your perspective on things. And there are other people who the exact opposite, just wishing that you would just go away, or trying to find a crack in in like what you believe in or something like that, because they feel like you're just a sham. And that extreme level of it just really comes from maybe somebody who doesn't value themselves, so they want to see other people like get torn down. It gives me vibes of someone maybe who says a lot, like say on social media, or has like a group that they're a part of or they lead or something like that. People in a position of power or a position of like people who actually care about what you say. There are people who only attend or only show up just to kind of see if they can catch you in something because of the drama of it all. You have some dramatic ass people around you. You need to protect your energy. But with the magician, I do find that you're someone with a certain sense of self-confidence and a power of like just manifestation when it comes down to it. You know your worth, you know what you're capable of, and you always seem to meet that expectation. Even when you feel like you don't meet that expectation, people don't see that. People just see your tenacity and your will to keep on going. And so let's clarify the magician for pile number 1. I mean, pile number 3. I'm sorry, I called you pile number 1. I won't tell them if you won't. But maybe watch pile number 1 if you was drawn to that too. Congratulations was that pile. Maybe that's a message for you. Congratulations. But pile number 3, what's the gossip? Clarifying the magician. You have the 5 of Cups in reverse, especially if you seem to have a come up in the sense of like, say you've been down in the dumps, so you had to like start over or move to have a fresh start in something that was really hard on you. Like most people who would have gone through that same situation may still be down in the ditch. You uplifted yourself, you found peace, you found something to put your faith in or something like that, to where like you can, where it's noticeable. People are like, well, what the hell? Where they come from? You know? It's like a breath of fresh air, especially if you have overcome something. So that's just to your own testament. People are talking about that. People do talk about that, and that's why certain people are drawn to you and say that you gave them helpful information, because it's from your own experiences. You're pulling from a well of like what you've been through, using that negative and turning it into something positive. Now with the 10 of Swords though, with them painful endings, them secrets and betrayals and that kind of thing. People hoping for your collapse. We have the 2 of Swords in reverse. They're not seeing things clearly. I don't know why someone's yelling like that, but they need to stop. People aren't seeing things clearly. People have already, it's like basically giving vibes of people who have already made up their mind about you, and they're just trying to prove themselves right in that situation. Like, what's that called? Confirmation bias. Basically, it's like they already think they know, so that's what they're looking out for. The 2 of Wands comes up with that. They already think they know. It's like they're confident in how they feel that you really are, and it's really not fact, and it's nothing to have any weight. Nothing that holds its own weight. It's like sometimes you just gotta like let it be what it is. People believe what they want to believe. You can believe what you want to believe. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Your beliefs and how you perceive your own reality ain't got shit to do with me or what I'm trying to do. So I would just leave it at that and be done with it, you know? But something about you is really creative. Something about you is really almost fearless. You have like a childlike way of kind of approaching situations. Sometimes like your level of enthusiasm or excitement when you're passionate about something, it's contagious. It's contagious. So you're gonna have people who like think like that gets on my fucking nerves. Well, go somewhere then. You know, you don't when it's too bright outside and the sun's shining as hard as it can, you don't tell that motherfucker to go somewhere. No, you just take your ass in the house. So treat them people the same. You are the sun, and if they don't like how bright you shine, if they think the sun is too annoying, tell them to go back in the house. But the sun ain't going nowhere. Remember that. pull you some moon cards. We're gonna close it on out. Close it on out. Thank you for spending your day, well, part of your day with me. I appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That really helps me grow, and it helps me gauge what you like to see and what you don't. But you do have full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast, baby. Win-win. Waning moon, but what do you need to release? What needs to go? What do you need to make room? What you need to let go of to make room for something better? You know? One more. First square moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. Absolutely. So I'm seeing Gemini energy, Libra, Scorpio. We also have maybe Aquarius, but that's all I got for you. Sound off in the comments. Until next time, guys, if you got spirit, but spirit got you. Blessings in all we do. Bye. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da.